What's going on, car family? I'm Ben Wayne. Thank you for joining me again in another video. Today we are at Bentley Atlanta and we are here to take a look at this 2017 Bentley Flying Spur. Except this is not your traditional Bentley Flying Spur. This is the Flying Spur W12 S. Consider it a more aggressive and sharper handling version of the traditional Bentley Flying Spur. Now, we've done a full technical review on the standard Bentley Flying Spur, so if you haven't seen that video yet, I strongly urge you to check that out. Today, we're going to be focusing on the W12 S, and this particular model has been finished in a beautiful glacier white paintwork, and it features a main hide on the interior called linen, and your secondary hide is beluga with beautiful piano black veneer accents. So today, we're going to go through some of the exterior and interior features that are exclusive to the W12 S and see how this ride has been engineered for excellence. Let's start off the review by talking about some of the exterior features of the W12 S that set it apart from the traditional Flying Spur. Up front, your headlamps feature a nice dark tint to them, and then your matrix grille is finished in a gloss black instead of the traditional chrome. These two cues give the front of the Flying Spur an overall more aggressive appearance. You will also notice a new front bumper design, which gives the impression of the car being lower to the ground, making it look much more planted. All of this makes the Flying Spur look extremely aggressive from up front. Let's take a look at the side profile of the W12 S and touch on some of the characteristics that provide it with an overall more sportier appeal when compared to the traditional Flying Spur. So the first aspect I want to touch on are the side view mirrors. You will notice that they are finished in a beautiful gloss black, and it provides an excellent contrast against the glacier white paintwork. Next up, we have the window surrounds. On the Flying Spur, they're traditionally finished in a chrome or silver. Here, they're finished in gloss black as well. Coming further back to the rear pillar, the W12 S features badging on the rear pillar as well, and the S is finished in a gloss black. And since we're at the rear pillar, I want to point out that this is my favorite design aspect of this car. Look at the complexity of the shapes here. This is formed using an aerospace technique we call superforming. And superforming involves heating up a piece of sheet metal to about 500 degrees Celsius and then blowing it over a male or female portion using gas pressure. And the benefit to that is being able to create these extremely complex shapes without using seams or welds. And it really results in just a stunning look on this car. On the rear of the vehicle, you will notice that the overall aggressive theme continues with darkened tail lamps that feature gloss black surrounds. The rear of the vehicle also features gloss black accents and a gloss black diffuser as well. We've briefly touched on some of the exterior design cues of the W12 S. Now let's talk about driving dynamics. And one important feature I want to point out is that this is an all-wheel drive vehicle. It features a 40-60 rear bias torque split, which helps mitigate understeer and just improves overall responsiveness. Now, unique to the W12 S is a tuned suspension that helps mitigate roll and just makes the car that much more agile than the traditional Flying Spur. Let's take a look at the wheel, tire, and brake setup. Carrying on with the aggressive theme of the W12 S, this particular car features the 21-inch gloss black directional wheels, which again provide an excellent contrast against the glacier white paintwork. They're shot in Pirelli P0s, which are 275 in the front and rear. Your brakes are iron in the front and rear as well, and grasped by Bentley calipers. In this particular case, they are finished in a gloss black, but the option to have them finished in red is available as well. The heart of the W12 S is none other than a hand-built 6-liter twin turbocharged W12, which puts out 626 horsepower at 6,000 RPM. That's a 10 horsepower increase over the standard Flying Spur model. Your torque is at 605 pound-foot at 2,000 RPM, which is a 15 pound-foot increase over the standard Flying Spur model. Your 0 to 60 time is 4.2 seconds, and that's made possible by the 8-speed automatic transmission this power plant is connected to. And your top speed is 202 miles per hour. Now let's hear how this 6-liter W12 sounds. So now that we've heard how the 6-liter W12 sounds and covered quite a few of the exterior details of the W12S, I think it's time to close the hood and take a look at this car's interior. As soon as you step into the W12S, you are greeted by W12S tread plates on the door sills. That's a very nice touch. And just sitting in this car, the second you sit in it, you know that every single thing in this car is absolutely done to the highest quality. The entire car has just been fully lined in leather. The seats are extremely comfortable. They're two-tone. As I mentioned, your primary hide in this particular car is linen, and then beluga is your secondary hide. And all W12S's come standard with the Mulliner spec, which means you get knurled controls such as the knurling on your gear selector, your shift paddles, and then of course the traditional Bentley diamond quilting on your doors and the seats. And the seats feature 3 levels of heating and cooling. And if you ever forget what Flying Spur model you're in, you also have W12S embroidered in the headrest to remind you and any other occupants. This car is just truly incredible. At the top of the dash, it is lined in smooth, supple leather with linen contrast stitching, and then you also have your piano black veneers, which provide an excellent contrast against the stainless steel air conditioning vents and controls to open and close your vents as well. Further down, you have piano black veneer around your gear selector, and then there's even a piano black veneered sunglass case as well. Coming over to the steering wheel, it has been finished in that gorgeous piano black veneer. Piano black veneer is one of my favorite veneers, by the way. It's just stunning. And then it's finished in a beluga hide as well, with contrast linen stitching throughout. On the steering wheel, you have your controls for your instrument cluster and your hands-free telephone. And as I mentioned before, behind the steering wheel, you have 2 knurled shift paddles. The left is to downshift, and the right, of course, is to upshift. Your door panels are finished in beluga hide and feature linen contrast stitching, and again, that piano black veneer, and then the diamond quilting from the Mulliner specification I mentioned earlier. This car is just absolutely gorgeous. I truly love the color combination of the dual tones going on in here. Your rear seating is what you would expect of a Bentley model. No expense spared. Everything is just high quality, just like it is up front. You have piano black veneer in the rear, diamond quilted stitching, and even the W12S embroidered in the rear headrest as well. That was a brief overview of this 2017 Bentley Flying Spur W12S. This is a much more aggressive looking model when compared to the traditional Flying Spur, with just a few aggressive details incorporated on the exterior, and then a slight power increase. A top speed of 202 miles per hour makes this the most amazing 4-door sedan I've ever reviewed to date. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'd like to give a special thanks to Bentley Atlanta for having me out to do a technical review on this W12S. Please be sure to hit that like button and make sure you hit the bell so you're notified whenever I drop a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you in the next one.